What's up, folks? Welcome to Wasted Space, and welcome back once again to the Rim, where, yes, I lost the warg. No, we're not going to lose Grigory. Don't worry. I mean, in the end, the wound is hardly that bad, but yes. All right, we're going to treat you as Moldoc, even the Doctor. No, not really. Good enough, a Doctor. Will do. Okay, and while we do that, we're going to make a few other changes. One of them, I need the guests still to be around for. No shopping. Please stop buying random stuff that we own. I mean, I like it. It explains where the random bits of silver are coming from, but I'd rather you didn't in the long run. Also, as we're here, let's quickly go before I forget. Yeah, if we put the wall on there, I can get rid of the one on the inside and actually make the fridge, etc. a bit larger. And at the same time, what I'm also going to do is build another door on the outside of here that we keep closed, because apparently wild animals are wandering into the freezer, which is not really the plan. Not really the intent. But hey, that means that they should survive. Need to sort out a few bits this episode. One of them is making sure that Thor actually gets some warm clothes, because it is at least 3 of my colonists lack warm clothes. Okay, how bad is it? Minus 13. Minus 15, so neither the Moldoc's not good enough either. Grey Star, minus 24, so Grey Star might be alright. And I guess Marivio's the other one that's alright. Minus 47. What bio have you got for that? Nothing specific, so you're just wearing some really good clothes then. It's the alpaca wool stuff is super good. Not a massive surprise. Not a massive surprise. Do we have much in... No. I might end up having to make plain leather. Another one that I've been messing up is the bill for the compost should not be allowed to use raw food. Hay, sure. Plant scraps, sure. Rotted mush, sure. Foods, no. In fact, I'm going to turn hay off as well. Foods, no thank you. There was a bunch of bits and bobs I apparently sort of missed with the mod operations last time. I'm going to stick with work tab, by the way, guys. I know this is very confusing, but I'm playing with it a bit on stream as well, starting to get my head around it. I'm going to leave it as it is for now. But at some point, I'm going to have to go through here and kind of work on the basis I've completely forgot when I was doing this last episode, that this now has 9 tiers. So I can actually go through and make use of that, split everything up. I've got to sort of getting my head around how I want it to work. And having split everything up, I think we should be pretty solid. Part of me wants to kill Muffalo. We've got... Wow, it's minus 15 in the guest quarters. Holy hell. Yeah, part of me wants to kill Muffalo because they've got lots of leather. Part of me also wants to make, once this bit's done... Are we out of wood? No. Once this bit is done, let's whack up somewhere temporarily, perhaps up near the loot. Somewhere the animals can get at. The highly important corpse fridge. It's a shame there's no easy way of... Who's starving? Oh, Greystar. Can someone feed Greystar, please? Moldoc, what are you up to? Refueling campfire? Fairly important. It's just 22C in there. No? Can you go and... Do you need tending to as well? Hang on a second. Okay, it's just a bruise. Just a bruise, not a big deal, to the point where feeding is going to be more important. Still got a bit of recovery to do before this is solid after that last one, but at least we picked up ourselves some actual weapons. Something that isn't bows and arrows. Well, they did the job. It's all a little bit risky. All a little too risky for my liking. Right, speed along, friends. Get some of the last bits here done so that maybe this place will start to warm up a bit. Because, yes, minus 12 in there is pretty ridiculous. I did also notice, kind of bit of luck. Wasted just so happens to be the one that's iron-willed. 18% mental break threshold change, which means that he actually only breaks with the mood thing. I can't remember where I saw the number. It's around somewhere. There's a way in which you can see what they need to break, and he needs to get down to 1% mood to actually, like, extreme break risk. Which shouldn't really ever happen. Are you going to warm up if we fully enclose you? Minus 9. Wow. Impressive. It's funny how much better these rooms are than this one, for some reason. Even though these ones aren't even properly insulated. That's weird. Looking at the state of the base, we could probably do with a little bit of cleaning. There is blood everywhere, boys. Like, everywhere. I know we also need people to be warm. That is important as well. Cool, Maribio's healed. Food situation's looking pretty great. Tons of warg meat. Tons of elk meat, wolf meat. Look at all this stuff. Plenty. We've even got some wolf skin. What happened to the warg leather? Do you actually get warg leather? Or is it wolf skin? I guess it's wolf skin. It's a shame we could have made a jacket out of Europa. And that's not callous in the slightest. Wasted his binging. Yeah, alright then. That's not the end of the world. We prepared kinda for that. No one's cooking any meals, mind. I know, Greystar's getting onto it. It's a pretty inefficient process going backwards and forwards there. Let's hope they get this. I almost want to put the cooking in there instead, but yeah, I just have to accept it is a bit of a slow process. Maybe think about putting a stockpile down here with some raw ingredients in so it's a bit quicker. Don't have to keep going backwards and forwards through that door. Although, at the same time, once we get the research done, we can start thinking about electricity. What are we doing at the moment? What are we doing at the moment? We're doing stone cutting. Okay, it looked like I was doing terraforming for a second there. Like, really wasted? Not sure we need terraforming. Stone cutting makes sense because we can get it done nice and fast. There's elk up there we can be eating too. Let's get the dumping stockpile up here. You guys know what this is, right? Clear all. Not waste corpses, human corpses, animal corpses. Actually, no, we need to take animal corpses in. This is human corpses. This is where. Yeah, I should go important. And this one can have corpses turned off. Actually, no, this one needs mechanoid corpses on. Hybrid and alpha corpses is interesting. We need another larger stockpile as well. I might expand the stockpile we have. I think that might make sense. Don't gather around that. Yeah, so let's go wooden wall all the way down there. No, I don't need that last bit. Wooden wall all the way down there and pop a hole through. A bit annoying about that, but I could seal that in and put an exit out somewhere else down here perhaps. How are the exits like on here? I'll put an exit down here. We'll still need another way in, I suspect. Let's do that, and then I'm going to wall that bit over. Expand the stockpile internally, because we're filling up pretty fast. Probably don't need... why is the silver all in little separate stacks? That's not necessary. There's a stack merger mod that I need to put on. Apparently. Probably want to bring Game of indoors. Can they do a hoopstone ring indoors? I don't see any reason why not, right? Yay, corpse fridge. Now the animals have someplace to go eat. Admittedly, the only one that will is Grigory for the time being, but we will get to the point where that becomes more relevant. Meteorite. Ooh, what do we get? What do we get? Huge lump of silver. Didn't you already drop a huge lump of silver on us once, Cass? Or am I thinking of the Stream Tribe? There's a lot of valuables about on this map. No, I'm not picking them up, Cassandra. No. Firstly, I don't pick up your trash. That's not how this arrangement works. You even dropped it close to me as well. Secondly, I know what you want. You want me to go and pick that up, raise my colony value for no reason, so that I've got loads of extra silver all of a sudden, so you have an excuse to send a nasty raid. Oh no, I'm not doing it. That is not the arrangement, Cassandra. Probably want to move that fire eventually as well, don't we? Get that outside. Would really also quite like the opportunity to get ourselves a new colonist, but that is not really working out. We're gonna let's shut one of these doors. I did say I was going to. Actually, no, let's not shut that one. Let's shut that one. That makes far more sense. Someone did mention in the comments about getting the door, the mod that allows me to manually open the doors from above. And I'm not doing that because for a while you could also flick switches just as the player. And you could make up cool like turret networks and so on where you could save lots and lots of power and only have stuff on when it was needed. And it was intentionally changed out. He intentionally made it so you can't do that and added in the restriction, this basic one, and kind of made it so that you weren't supposed to be doing that anymore. It's the same reason I'm not keen on putting on a mod to, for example, allow me to just click and open the doors. Or I know there's a few people that like to play with the mod on that removes infestations so you don't get the bugs. And again, I mean, the reason he put the bugs in was, Tynan, this is the developer, was to try and stop us from just building bases underground the whole time. Because they were pretty unassailable. If you did it right, base underground, they were never going to get you. Mortars were useless, and you could have such a strong front line that you were always kind of safe. Is that the rat that went into my stockpile? There was a rat that went into my stockpile. People told me in the comments. That may well have been it. Moldarkwood. Will people stop using random fires as gather spots? I know I said that you could, but can you not? It's still minus 11 in there. That is crazy how cold it is in there when it's just not anything like as cold up in these ones. And I'm sure they're still not liking it. Slept in the cold? Yeah. I'm sure, as I said, I'm sure they're still not liking it, but they can deal. Right, so that's covered over, and at least in the winter can act as a corpse fridge. In the summer we're going to have to disable it, I think, because we won't be able to keep it cool. And one of the things I did in my other game that I may well do in here, I've got a sort of test game on stream to try and practice with some of these mods and get the hang of them before I have to use them live, is add in you see, I need to readjust all of the priorities to do this. Okay, yeah, this is something where I need to sit down off video, off recording for a little bit and sort that out, because it's going to be painful sitting here watching me go through all of it and set up the priorities again. But it's probably worth doing while the colony is relatively small. Look how happy wasted it is already. There you go, extreme break threshold, 1%. That's crazy. Whereas normally you've got like 5%, that's not bad, 5, okay, fair enough. It's not that much lower, I thought it would be a bigger difference than that, if I'm honest. But yes, one of the things I was going to try and do there was make deconstructing have a higher priority to constructing, so that they would go and remove stuff and take stuff apart before they tried to build stuff, because by default it's the other way around. Deconstruct that now, and also that whole wall would also be able to sort of up the repair priority on some of these stuff as well, because it's evident that people aren't really doing that. And if I go in here, where is it? There you go, repair damage. You can see it's actually quite a long way down the list. These guys got anything? You've got mining at number 2, cleaning at number 2. Alright, let's go like that. Because then I can, in here, drop down the priority of some of these other things. So uninstall, build roofs is high. So we drop construct down. Remove roofs should be high. Construct placed, upgrade, deliver resources. So that's deconstruction and repair. Yeah, so this will make them remove before they do anything else, and then I can, to be honest, I can duplicate that on there. So they'll be more inclined to go and remove and fix things than they will be to go and build things. And move things around and so on, like they just did with the butcher table there, for example. Bad temperature. Is it really? It's only -2 in there, stop your whining. Should be able to expand that stockpile out now as well. I suppose, if we were very canned, we would put a light in here that would also generate a little bit of temperature as well. Grey Star is work frenzying. That is welcome as well. We're going to need to go and grab some more food at some point. Looks like so far my theory was correct. They should deconstruct, but still construct before they... Yeah, I'm glad that someone's finally going to go and do some repairs as well. Walls not looking ideal. Get some of this rubbish hauled out and then maybe whack someone on cleaning priority too. And also, why are we being so stingy with the light? Not really necessary to be that stingy, I suspect. What do our work restrictions look like at the moment? Wasted, you need to go back to work properly. You're probably still angry. Yep. But, oh, you've got catharsis, that's why. That, burning passion for my work. Ooh. You really have massive passion for cooking? Yeah, okay. Fairly high, if nothing else. Cool, that's looking a bit better. Thor's getting the repairs done, so the base doesn't look like it's been torn to shreds, and I'm realising that the music's quite loud. Down you go. Do still want to hear the game over everything else. Bill's in here. Oh yeah, someone also pointed out that I had pants in there twice. It wasn't supposed to be pants. One of those we got. Oh, and not only that, but also they changed this. Count equipped, yes. Count tainted, no. And then only stuff from 50% up, and maybe we'll leave that as it is. Okay, so we do this with all of them. Don't count. Oh, I've already done that one. All right, this one. Count equipped. Don't count tainted. 50% plus. Look everywhere. Cool. Thank you for pointing out that this has been revamped and does nicer. Any worker in Allow Craft, so you can specify specific workers for it as well now. Nice. Very cool. And let's make sure we have the Parker on the bottom until we have count equipped, don't count tainted, and 50%. Cool. Me like new system very much. Cleaning priority is not high enough on anybody. Interesting. Taylor, Greystar's going to be cooking most of the time. But we'll take clean up, and same with Thor. Let's put clean before research. Now we've got the warm clothes. And then we might just have to go hunting to get some materials to make them clothes out of. What happened to the muffalo that was standing just below the base? Please don't tell me they've... Aha! I was going to say, please don't tell me they've completely left. So we might go on a little hunting expedition tomorrow night. Kill us a couple of muffalo. How are we looking for med supplies as well? We're actually quite low. So the nice thing is heal root doesn't die over the winter. It doesn't grow particularly well, but it means that there'll be stuff around you can harvest through the winter still. Minus 30 out. Beautiful. 4 odd degrees indoors, minus in naught in a couple of rooms. A little on the chilly side. Let's deconstruct that. Wood supply is looking okay. That's the main thing now. Let's keep the wood supplies up. Keep the wood supplies up and maybe think about still adding in another heat source somewhere. Still pretty cold in a lot of the base. Oh yeah, and these should be held open. There's no reason for that to be closed. Didn't do that torch lamp yet, so let's do that, and we'll have... I mean, that room's kind of the warmest of the lot. Let's put a fire up there. Kind of this outside area that's not getting done. Okay, nice. That's Thor. What are you wearing gear-wise? Can you go and put on the button-down shirt rather than the t-shirt you're wearing? See if we can get your comfortable... I was about to say, surely the cloth button-down shirt's better. It took a little while for it to jump to the new one. So yeah, it is slightly better, but he's still not that comfy. We've only got a cloth jacket spare. Hunting it is, isn't it? As far as our Fox fur, bird skin, light leather, pig skin, panthera fur, wolf skin, plain leather. Sort of having a look at what leather options we've got, because might be able to do something with that. Is anybody going to do any cleaning? There is quite a lot of hauling still to do, I will give you that. Especially now I've given you a stockpile zone that's big enough that you can actually fit it. Anybody going to clean? Be nice if you would. We should probably get rid of some of the bushes that are still inside as well, shouldn't we? Yeah. That's where I like to keep them. It might be that there's a problem with the amount of meat supplies I'm going for. Muffalo's still 2%, yeah? Yeah, it is. Where's the timber wolf? Fair distance off. 2%'s alright. We might be able to kill a muffalo in time. We've got guns now. Where are you taking that? We might be spending just too long building and rebuilding these traps. I'm going to try getting rid of those. We've got plenty food for the time being. I'm going to try holding up on that side of things and just see how... what am I doing? You can just expand zone by clicking there, wasted. Yeah, and see how things go leaving that off, because it actually looks like we're getting quite a lot of meat from it. And while that's great, it means that they're running backwards and forwards constantly. I don't mind them fishing if they've got nothing else to do. But I don't think that's what's happening. Because they should have, if nothing else, they should have cleaning to do first. Who's angry? Marivio's angry. Don't be angry, Marivio. Let's, have some light in the toilet. Oh, I left that one on gather spot, didn't I? Oh, that one can be a gather spot. That makes sense. Thor's researching. That means they've cleaned. They have cleaned. There isn't blood everywhere. Wonderful. And Thor's actually researching, which is also pretty good news. I did wonder, I noticed that those were out and thought, it's interesting. I'm not sure they should be. Right, before I forget, let's change this from potato to corn. We're going to go hardcore corn right off. We're going to have rice and then two patches of corn and go kind of hardcore right at the start of the next season. Especially as that's the stuff that's on rich soil that's not going to be being made very good use of. Are you guys in a stockpile? Yeah. I guess at some point I should probably suggest to them that they wear certain outfits. Last time I played with the problem with that outfit, or at least the problem was last time I played with it, which is why I don't really use it anymore, is that if you set an outfit in there, they'll immediately then go and take off whatever they're wearing in order to put it on. Did Greystar just switch out there? Yes, he did. To a pigskin button-down shirt. Oh, lovely. You need a hat at some point, my friend. But that's what we need, people switching over to the nicer stuff. Wow, it's colder. That needs to be held open. That one does not. Is it cold? How is it colder in the bloomin'... It's colder in the butchery room than it is in the freezer. How is that even possible? It's a good job you've got some decent gear on, my man. Minus 29, you're in rooms that are like minus 30 odd. As I said, thankfully that'll be a comfortable temperature still, technically. Just slightly confused as to how that happens. How is this one getting warmer? Pretty much the same ice layer. I suppose it might be just the proximity of that. Yeah, I forgot to go and kill Muffalo overnight, didn't I? I don't really want to kill them during the day. They stand up and move around and stuff. They're quite a lot easier to hit during the day, mind. Yeah, I think we might have to do with that. And I really wanted to spend some of this winter... What are we into? It's still in September. Spend some of this winter doing stone crafting. Animal disease, the plague. And a combat supplier. Well, that's cool. Matvey has the plague. Is someone going to go and tend to Matvey? Refueling campfire. No, no. Why did you go and... Can you not tend to Matvey? Gresta, are you not Doc? Oh, but it won't be there, will it? It'll be Thor. No, not training Matvey. Tending Matvey. There's no way of forcing treatment, is there? Well, doll. We need the monkey to go to bed, and then maybe we can do something about it. There we go. Monkey's in bed. Grey Star. Sure, refuel that. Now, tending to Matvey. Good. We're going to be eating monkey soon, boys. We'll see. I can't imagine it's easy for something monkey-sized to survive the plague. Where's our combat supplier? Here he comes. Ooh, good stuff. Combat supplier. Not from a tribe. And they're coming with Muffalo. Perfect. This is where we may regret not having mined out that silver, of course, but we shall see. Who was our best at negotiating? It's Thor again. Mr. Thor, go talk to the kind caravan that's just shown up. I know you were researching and I do appreciate it, but we need guns. Or at the very least, we need to sell them guns. You have guns for us. No, but you've got helmets and stuff. That's not a bad thing. Oh, and it's got an auto pistol. Right. 146 for an auto pistol. I will in a poor auto pistol, but in full condition. I'll take that. And okay, the protective helmet. Someone's got a shield belt. Yes. That is. That's a shame because I'd also quite like to buy. What are we buying from them at the moment? The auto pistol and the shield belt. I'd quite like to get something like the flak vest. 692, which means we can't afford the auto pistol unless I sell them. Minus 810. Nah, we can't afford it, can we? Of that bunch, looks like the auto pistol's the least useful. Now the question is, do I get a tactical helmet? 100% against sharp, 30% against blunt. That's 100% against bullets. Versus, what are you? 100% against bullets. Torso, neck, left shoulder, and right shoulder. So the question is really just what we want to present. Insulation cold, 1C. But the flak vest has a movement speed penalty, whereas the tactical helmet does not, and also prevents someone from being shot in the brain, and also just happens to add up to exactly the amount of silver we have, which I'm taking to be a sign. Right, who is our melee? Moldok. Congratulations. You have a shield belt. This is going to come in handy. You do have good melee, right? Yes, you do. Sweet. Perfect. Unhappy nudity. Moldok, why are you nude? Why did you just take your pants off? You weird man. He's going to go and wear the tactical helmet as well, which is actually, in my opinion, pretty perfect too. So we got a little melee monster there that should actually be very capable of it too. Moldok, I need... Who was our tailor? Who was our tailor actually? I can't remember. Grey Star. Dole. Dole. Marivio, have a bit of tailoring too. Can I get Marivio to... Can I make parka? I don't want you to make a parka. I want you to make pants. The one at the top. Weird. I think that confirms we need to go hunting, however. If nothing else, we need the leather. I don't even need the meat. We need the leather, boys. Greystar, what are you equipped with? You're still using a spear. You see, you're not as good as Moldok at that stuff. That's kind of fine. I don't mind being in a position where one person stays out of it. Okay, Muffalo or elk. Problem with the elk is if you piss off one, you'll piss off all of them. And let's go slow here, shall we? Perfect. This should work out nicely. Now we've got a bit more firepower, and I can safely have Moldark sort of sitting there just in case. As long as he's part of the group, he's not going to get shot anyway, as long as they're in base contact as such. But it doesn't hurt for a bit of security to know that he's got the shield on too. So if there is the odd shot that clips him, that shield will keep us fine. Should give us enough meat to start training the animals as well, which would be good. Come back here. You're dying as well. You might not like it, but you're dying too. It's the scary thing about tribes, is when you do have a tribe, and then they do finally get guns, is they've always got really good shooting by that point. Because they start with it quite high. Look at these guys. They start with it quite high. They frequently have passions for it. As you end up with a monster group that, like, when they do finally get weapons, it's scary. Oh, bloody hell. Nice one, guys. Less nice now. He's on the floor, dude. Hit him. I am aware that that technically actually makes it more difficult. You know what? You guys go back. Moldok, go club him. You need some practice in all of this as well, I suppose. And the guests are randomly hanging around. That's cool. Better. Cool. Add some free leather. Should make things a little bit better for Moldok, who at the moment is going to be getting a little chilly, wearing nothing on his lower half, and we've stolen his nice warm hat for some protective headgear. Nice. Right, everyone back in. Drop your meat off, go to bed, or whatever it is you're going to do. Grigory, you're going to have a little chow? Little chow down? Missing body parts 0%, missing body parts 30%. So something's eaten from in there. In theory it should be Grigory, because I don't think he's got anywhere else to eat from. Ah, there you go, they can play hoopstones indoors. I like this mechanic we've got going on here, where Greystone comes in and just nudges Thor along a little bit to cook. -3, -4. Okay, so it's finally a little bit cooler, warmer in the butchering area. And we're getting 59 plain leather per. That is perfect. That means someone can actually go and start making some more clothes in a second. I suspect winter has begun. Whoa, scary. I know I called the last one winter is coming. I did kind of think that actually it was already here, but no, okay. We kill the Muffalo next. Start our colony making money just by selling good quality clothing. It's not a bad approach. Obviously advance onto something a little bit more valuable later down the line, but to be honest, clothes aren't exactly worthless when it comes to selling them on, especially if you make them out of more interesting leather. How's the wildlife looking? Very empty. I killed most of it, and the rest of it ran away from the cold. Well, certainly fine for meals. the temperature in there? -12 still. There's 20 degrees up there and -12 down there. How even? I'm going to hold that door open. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There we go. That's a bit nicer. Probably got cool the entire base down a little bit, but that's fine. We will manage. We will make do. Come then, boys. Wakey, wakey. There is clothes to make. How many meals are we actually making here? 20. Okay, that's okay. The other scary thing with this work thing. Look at this. You can schedule time periods for jobs. That's scary. I don't think I'll ever go that far. I mean, I quite like the idea of being able to like schedule some cooking right before mealtime, for example, or whatever, but it's still scary. Requires a slightly different approach to playing as a whole, I think. Yay, they're making some pants. So Moldark will have something. -48, look at that. Marivia is sorted. Moldark, less so. Wolfskin's got to be good. Bird skin, I can't imagine as. Moldark, are you going to go and grab some trousers? They've been made. They're right here. Go wear the pants. There you go. That's a bit more like it. What temperature range does that actually give you? Is that still only -17? We need to get a better parka. Like maybe use the muffalo leather in particular for parkas, because I imagine that stuff's going to be good, right? I might even do that. Let's go parka until you have, and these will build like 12 of or something, and I'm going to make this specifically only allowed ingredients, clear all, and we're going to make it like the nice stuff. Alpaca wool, like I imagine camel hair is pretty good. Excellent heat insulation. Very warm. Of course, a lot of this stuff is mechanoid wool. A lot of this stuff's going to be weird because it's from the genetics mod. Spider snake. Does whatever. No. Muffalo wool. That'll do for now. And then, let's have a look. Count equipped. 50% plus. Actually, I'll leave that open for the time being. And Grey Star is responsible for that build in particular. So when we do have, and actually, let me put, if I put that at the top, he should ignore the other builds. We have, apparently, yeah, of course we do have one, don't we? We have one alpaca leather one. So the ongoing problem here might be running out of meat storage. Thor's getting the research done. Maybe I need to start thinking about the next way in which we expand, because... I mean, guest area so far hasn't been that great, honestly. Don't want to start down there yet, so outside of research and crafting to try and keep on top of things, I think we might even see people go and... there's still butchering. There's still one of these left, isn't it? Enough of you. No, deconstruct. We don't need those. And there's another one up there as well. No, get rid of it. They are time-consuming. Remove them. So some of what we could be doing, I suppose, is... Hello. Sad one. Oh, little wasted. He's sad. He's lost Europa. We could be getting mining as one of the things that we're going to want to have to be prepared. Do we get the silver? Sure, let's get some of the silver. Let's get some of that as well. That's where our ancient danger will be for the game. Might even be another one around. Looks like there's another bit of stuff in there. I don't want people idle, but I don't want to jump too far ahead at this point. Also, can we haul things out of the way of doorways so that people can move around a bit more sensibly? Yeah, I don't want to get too far ahead right now and do too much in this area and then end up redoing most of it. I suppose what I could do, given they're inside and it doesn't take very long to do so, let's be nice and actually put some flooring down. They'll thank me for it, and it doesn't take that long. Might even think about putting some down outside eventually, just to keep certain areas moving fast. I wonder if it has any effect on the snow as well. I imagine it still gets covered over. The question is it easier? There used to be clear snow orders as well. Yeah, there is. I wasn't sure if he got rid of that one. I could do some snow clearing. Try and help speed them up a bit, but screw it. Let's speed them up inside first with the aid of some flooring. Anybody gonna do it? I know I've got you doing a lot of stuff, like at the moment people are refueling, but anybody gonna have a shot at crafting? I did chop all the trees down I asked for. Ooh, cargo pods. See, she's trying to... what? Random fine meals? I'll take them. She's trying to fatten me up, is old Cass. Oh, hang on. Is there wildlife down there you're trying to kill me with? Is that the deal? Where's the Timberwolf? We're probably alright. What are you up to, Cass? What are you up to? Not to be trusted. Right, boys. Build some floors or go to bed. Wasted, what are you doing in his bedroom? Just having a little chat before bed, were you? Oh, you're having a sad wander, of course. Yes, now I remember. Sad little wander while Greystar bosses it up, making clothing for the entire colony. Is that, plain leather parka? Yeah. Diarrhea. Good job, dude. Insulation cold. 16C for plain leather versus what are some of our guys wearing? So that's alpaca wool, and we got bird skin. I don't know what bird skin in particular is. And then cloth for Thor. You probably want to get him leather stuff as well, right? Because leather's blatantly better than cloth. Thor, mate, go and put on that. And let's just double check this. At the moment, minus 38. That's pretty much the same. Oh, the fact he's got that Parker on now has helped massively. Minus 38. Perfect. Looked like he intentionally went and changed that as well. Why did you take the flak jacket off? I didn't say you could do that. Admittedly, the flak jacket so far has been being pretty rubbish. Mold it off. Go wear a flak jacket. Wow, the difference that makes. Moloch, I take it back. Go put your parka back on again. Okay, it's worth noting, try and avoid, if possible, replacing the jacket spot. At least in the winter, they won't be able to take it. All the other spots should be alright. So 29, 48, 38, 37, so I'm actually the worst, and that's because I'm wearing a cowboy hat rather than a toque, I would guess. That's a lot of construction botched. I was hoping they were eventually going to start doing some of this because it's really annoying to look at all those white squares all over the place. Hurry up! Yes, I'm using on fast forward 3. I know, we were sitting around building. It was boring. There's only so much commentary one can do. Did we go kill the Marfalo? I don't really have room to store the meat if we did. Purple Panda has come to visit. The hell? Thought I would request that when Purple Panda arrives, you have a chat. Look, purple. Oh, okay, perfect timing. Research screen. Ha. Plumbing. Because you can do plumbing with, or just straight for electricity. Might have to go straight for electricity. Go trade. See what they got. Not that we have any silver, but we might be able to sell on some trash clothes. Cloth jacket, awful. No. Cloth t-shirt, poor. Yeah, let's start selling on. Oh, and especially tribal wear. Look at that, 310. If only they could afford it. They can't even afford to buy all of our tribal wear. Do you have anything I want? A steel spear, a cloth toque. No, you don't have anything I want. Alright, fine. Fine, and as expected, we are already out of wood. But that's fine. This winter, well, as I said, we need to get up to some stuff. Let's do some chopping of wood over there. And also, let's get stonecutter's table down. Yeah, Maravia, you're going to be doing what on? A bunch of elks just came and give Maravia a load of loving. What was that all about? Bizarre. So are these all like missing some, or they're just missing work? Ah, right. There's the evidence of they're gonna. All right, that's worth remembering. Let's go and adjust this slightly. The carry material to deliver resource. Oh no, it's the same priority. Unless I'm missing something here. No, it's the same priority. Let's construct. I'm surprised none of them are actually bothering to start building any of this stuff yet. That's the weird thing. They're insisting on putting all the materials down first and then like building very sporadically. If nothing else, they should make the area in here a little nicer. Do we have any other recreation sources? Oh, we got poker and billiards. Interesting. I might split this area up into an actual kitchen down here and a rec area down there, or a dining area down there. At least get one of the bonuses, because I think at the moment they're not getting anything from being in there, because yeah, they'll just get spacious interior, because this is a kitchen rather than anything else. That's a bit more like it. Nice clean interior where the floor is solid. And flammable! Yay! Of course it's Rimworld, so it'll let you build flammable, like fires on flammable surfaces for reasons. Gee, job-wise, these guys seem reasonably well balanced. Hey, Thrumbos. A small herd, aka one. I knew it was only going to be one. You want a self-tame? I'll turn you into Battle Thrumbo? To be honest, we need self-taming dinos, don't we? Battle Thrumbo, we've done. Thor's actually getting the research gun as well. Hey. His skill's getting up there. Again, tribes almost have the advantage that by the time you hit some of the longer... It's a longer game. You start earlier on almost, but because of that, by the time you reach the point you do the normal three-man, like, slightly more teched start, by the time you get to that stage, your guys are beastly. Why are you doing this to me? This is triggering. Don't do this. Please. Do something about it. Not go to bed. And chow down on fine meals, you spoilt gits. Alright, let's add bill. I almost don't care. Hang on. I don't give a damn. We'll speckle. I suppose I could be clever and actually look and see what we've got a decent portion of. We've got limestone, sandstone. And I would say limestone is slightly more prevalent. Do we actually have anyone set to do that? Grey Star's set to crafting. Oh, and is straight on it. Well, look at that. Is that because we're done with the tailoring builds? Or have you just added materials again? Why are you not happy to make a toque? You should have tailoring above crafting. Yeah, you do. Okay, so we must just be out of materials once more. Which does mean it's going to end up being muffalo hunting season real soon. No, we're not hunting the thrumbo. In fact, it's going to be muffalo hunting season today, I think. Yeah, almost. You continue doing it in bizarre patterns. Plenty of wood around there. Oh, or do we just go for more elk? No, the muffalo leather's blatantly way better, right? Alright, let's try this. You lot. This could be a bit on the risky side. I've got to slow it down as well, haven't I? I've been being a bit dangerous with that. There's a wolf down there as well. Okay, Moldoc, up the front, please. You three, try and just hit that one. Good job. Now, nice. Move on up. You three, kill. Sweet. That's what we wanted. Moldoc, finish the job. You three, done. That's what we were after. Sweet, sweet muffalo leather. And without too much of a fight for it. Well, I say without too much. With no fight for it whatsoever. Blooming lovely. I'll take that. Someone actually going to... Oh, no. One's already on. So they are grabbing them. Have you eaten muffalo? No, that's perfect. Perfect. Good supply of leather. With no nasty recompense. Blue fur. What? What on earth is blue fur? Oh, it is just called furry pelt of the muffalo. Okay. Good at temperature regulation in cold climates, yeah. Purple really liked her stay. Left us some herbal medicine. How kind. Actually left us quite a bit of herbal medicine. And enjoyed her stay despite the fact... Oh no, the bedroom's not actually that cold anymore. Well, that'd explain that then. Cool, so is blue fur, I assume... It's just odd that it would call it muffalo wool there. Aha, and that'll be why. Because of course the wool is harvested from it friendly. And this stuff, a bit less so. Bear skin, anything else? Fox fur, I think we could probably do as well. Wolfskin? Yeah, I was about to say, wolfskin should be pretty good. Well, there you go. So in theory, Grey Star should actually get to that when he wakes up. Stop making us some, first of all, some nice toques, but secondly, then some parkas that are either going to sell real nice or just be crazy warm. Which sounds absolutely perfect to me. Alright, speed up, boys. It's hyper time. You just have to keep an eye out for other target. See, the wildlife, let me guess, the Thrumbo, 100% chance. That's basically saying if you want to kill the Thrumbo and get its horn, you better be ready. Nice, what's he making? No, screw up with your quest. He's making the blue fur parkas. The question is, if I get the... Matvea's lack of maintenance training, Matvea's lost a skill. Obedience, oh dear. Thor's just too busy with the research, isn't he? Maybe get wasted there as, like, instead of fishing. Because really, we don't want them going backwards, we want them going forwards. How you looking? You actually done one yet? Cargo pod's right next to the base by the sound of things. There's a ton of herbal meds. What are you up to, Cass? You're being dodgy. Highly dodgy. A good blue fur parka. At 44C. Impressive. And if it wasn't for the fact that most of our guys are absolutely fine regardless, that's one for maybe for wasted there. Certainly, or Greystar himself actually. Just thinking who's got the worst clothing set up at the moment. Unfortunately, it does look like that amount of blue fur is only enough to make one. Oh, that's my problem. Which I should have really realised. A toque can't be made out of leather. So what's the next hole? Because a cowboy hat's not that warm. But it's going to have to be a bowler hat. Because of course it is. Do until we have 6, 50% above, and counter-equipped. That looks good. Greystar preparing to make... Oh no, he's going for another blue fur parka. Oh, that's all well and good. We can deal with that. Caravan request. Stop sending me requests. I'm not doing them. I'm not doing them or any more this episode. Because that's about long enough. If I'm looking at the time. Yep. Pretty much spot on an hour, which is not the 45 minutes I said it were going to be, but whatever. It's Rimworld, and I get carried away. As I'm sure you guys will do as well. Hey, we made a little bit of progress. Our guys are warm. We're going to get through, we're getting through this winter out much of a problem. This winter's just going to be about prepping, making sure we got plenty of blocks ready for what's going to start as soon as it's... I don't know why I'm even waiting for the spring, to be honest. We might as well start prepping down here next episode for what's going to be our main base, which is going to sit in this area here. And the main reason for that is that if we put it here, from this side, we've got this as a defensive thing. No cover at all can grow there. From this side, same deal. A little bit down here too, and we are next to 1, 2, 3, 4 geothermals. That looks like our spot. Of course, base layout and how we do that, I don't even know yet. If you guys got any thoughts on how we could do things, then hit me up. Let me know down in the comments. Got any other suggestions, as you guys are always very helpful and very awesome on these videos, then also let me know down there. I might end up having to expand like vertically up this direction because there's more chairs up here as well. And that would give us, like, if we end up that sort of length, that could be quite cool. Yeah. So think along those lines, in that sort of spacing, folks. What are we going to be making ourselves? Thanks a lot for watching. If you did enjoy this one, please hit that like button for me. If you didn't, dislike button's right next door. And otherwise, I'll catch you